Welcome into the LLC Transfer Room. I'm Jack, joined today by Chedu. Chris will be joining us in a moment as well to preview the final match of 2020-2021 Liverpool versus Crystal Palace. Team news is out. The biggest news, aside that is unchanged from the last match against Burnley, the big news is that Henderson and Jota, both amongst the subs, and in contention to potentially return at some point in the match. Chedu, last match of the season. I want to start there before we hop into the lineups. Let us know, everyone, in the comments, your thoughts on the lineup, your feelings heading into what's a top four decider against Crystal Palace, or your predictions for the match. But Chedu, final match of 2020-2021. What are your feelings right now? What's the emotions going through your head?
Honestly, going into the game expecting a win. I think it's one of the only times this season that I've said that. Apart from the first 10 games, of course. But, you know, I feel hopeful. Of course, a lot of things go in on it. I'm glad that Henderson's back on the bench. Same with Jota. Sad that Quebec... is Quebec on the bench?
I don't believe he is. I'll check while you're talking.
So if he isn't, I really feel bad for him because he doesn't look like he's going to stay, and he was never able to play in front of the fans, which is quite unlucky. But you know, he was great for us while he was here. And, you know, he'll be remembered because of this crazy season. But, you know, all I want today probably more... No. Let me rephrase that. What I want today a little bit less than the win is for Salah to take the golden boot. I mean, let's be honest.
If
that happens... If he gets the golden boot and we get top four, I think it's a pretty successful season looking at what happened to us.
Yeah, I that's a discussion for after the match. Should we get to that point? But obviously we aren't at that point yet. So let's take a look at the lineup for Liverpool starting out. It was very easy for me typing up this banner because it's the same as the one against Burnley. Aside that, came out of the gates a little slow, but ended up winning that match 3-0. A few scares at the back because of Reece Williams and being a bit inexperienced, obviously. So, I mean, as good as you probably could expect, considering that I believe Davies is still injured. He's out on the bench. So, no Davies, no Kyle.
He's locked in the basement. He's locked in the basement.
Klopp lost the key for that. Issue is Smeekus is on the bench though, and Smeekus, he got an appearance.
He played last time.
Yeah, so
I mean, listen, if we're winning 5-0 at halftime, I don't see why not bringing him on for him to play 45 minutes in front of the fans.
Play him with striker, get him some experience up top. No, it's so this lineup. Let us know your thoughts on an unchanged one. So the big thing, obviously, is in the pre-match notes from Jurgen Klopp saying that Wijnaldum's a club legend. A very interesting statement. I'm sure there will be a lot of discussion, as there has been over the last few weeks, on is Wijnaldum a club legend. I don't really want to get into that debate, but are you in agreement with me? This feels like the last appearance for Jorginho Wijnaldum in a Liverpool shirt.
Oh, it 100% is. I think it's been building up to this, a lot of things that's come out. And, you know, as I said, I think it was last time, if he was to resign, he would have already done it. It would have already been done. So it's not really going to happen. In terms of him being a legend, I wouldn't say a legend, probably a cult hero. But I don't think that legend status has been achieved. But, you know, he's going to be remembered for a lot of big moments, of course. And although it's going to be tough saying goodbye, even for me, I've been advocating his leave for a while now. But it's still going to be sad to say goodbye. But at least I'm happy that he's going to be able to do it in front of the fans. One last hurrah in front of them for top four.
Exactly. One last hurrah, I think, is the perfect way to describe it. Triple captain in Salah. I mean, you just jinxed him, Black. He's just not going to score now, is he?
Listen, I triple captain on Salah. I don't remember which week, and he scored a hat trick. I was flying.
We can only pray. Good to see Anthony around. Let us know your thoughts on the lineup, feelings for the match, and I've wanted to pose this question for so long, but I'm not going to do it yet. I'll tease that for the post match. So let's take a look at Crystal Palace's lineup really quick. So I don't watch much Crystal Palace. I don't know about you, Chitty. I'm not a huge Crystal Palace watcher. No offense to Palace fans who are with us today. But no Eberichieze is a big loss because of his Achilles injury. So what is worrying you about this, Chitty?
Nothing. Nothing. Like, well, what I'm gonna say, Saha does worry me from time to time. I think he's a what's I about to say phenomenal. I don't think he's phenomenal. I think he's a good player. I think he's a player that can bring danger to the team. But apart from that, nothing really scares me. I mean, no, Benteke, at least he's not starting. I don't remember if he's on the bench, but genuinely, I look at this team and the only this starting 11, and the only thing that comes to mind is the 7-0 win against them in December.
Hey, when I look at this team, I only think of the 3-3 draw in 2014. We have very different thoughts, sometimes thoughts. So no Benteke, Blackhammer. Chatty, continue.
But yeah, I'm pretty sure Saha didn't play in that 7-0 win, if I remember correctly. So that's going to be a key difference. I don't think that it's going to change much in terms of our goals, as long as we, put them away. But in terms of their attacking threat, it's definitely going to be better. Not as good as if they had Eze. Is that how you pronounce it? I don't know.
Yeah, Eze also in great form too. So I'm surprised he isn't playing. I'm gonna see if he's injured or something, because that was a surprising omission.
Let me see. I think I have it up here. Oh no, I closed it.
I got it.
Okay, perfect.
No, not even on the bench.
Yeah, it must be an injury.
Yeah.
Someone that is on the bench though, Nathaniel Klein. Any chance of him playing?
Nathaniel Klein, former club.
Any chance of him playing, perhaps? Against
I liked Klein. I liked his Trent, obviously, and he was kind of just like a good right back, average right back. But I liked him. Yeah, but
he's scared of Klopp.
He's very scared of Klopp. He saw us heading back to Anfield, and he had some bad memories. Didn't want to face the Don, Nat Phillips. Spot on there, Anthony. Back to the Liverpool lineup. I'll actually pull up the subs now. So obviously a short list, obviously, but two nice names back. It looks less like a championship quality subs bench, and it has likes of Jones, Henderson, Ox, Shaqiri, Jota. It's just strong. So another omission
Milner
is Origi, and Milner as well. Is Divock Origi not on the bench? So was Ozan Kabak. If they don't make the permanent purchase of Kabak, last appearance in the red jersey was a few weeks back, and Divock Origi potentially could leave in the summer. Potentially already had his last appearance a few weeks back. Thoughts on? I think Wijnaldum is a step above cult hero, in my opinion. I think Wijnaldum's an icon, borderline legend.
Yeah, like between cult hero and legend.
Yeah, and I think Origi's a cult hero. I think cult hero
is more of like a player who had big moments, but was never like a great player.
But I think that's harsh on Wijnaldum because he was a great player.
Yeah, I agree with you that it's like between cult hero and legend, just not legend, but not as little as cult hero.
There needs to be like a nice middle ground.
Yeah,
I think Origi is the perfect definition of cult hero.
Yeah,
some great moments. The brace against Barcelona, the goal against Everton, the goal in the Champions League final. So some great moments, obviously. But will his departure be a bittersweet one, a sweet one, a bitter one? Oh, if Origi is to depart in the summer to make way for a replacement up front, what are your thoughts going to be on that?
Honestly, I don't know many Liverpool fans who actually say, no, Divock Origi should stay. So in terms of that, I don't think it's going to hurt that much. Of course, this was going to be like that little bit of hurt because, he's the guy that helped us beat Barcelona. He's the guy that scored in the Champions League final. He has more Champions League final goals than the entire City team. So it's like, it's going to be sad to see that part, like those memories just leave with him. Obviously that memories
doesn't work anymore. Yes, if Man City score in a few weeks, and it's
Chelsea gonna win 1-0. Don't worry. But uh, his departure is really not gonna hurt that much, but we'll always carry him in our memories. He'll always carry us in his, hopefully. Okay, yes, Nabi is injured. He got injured last week, I
That could be
believe.
another one, another farewell. That
Departure.
would hurt a lot for me because I love Keita. I love the potential he brings. But yeah, Keita has been injured out for a
Honestly,
while now.
it's so sad that we never got to see Leipzig Keita with us because he was a genius in the Bundesliga, and I think
Best
that
in the Bundesliga.
yeah, and I think that at the start of his life at Liverpool, he started showing those signs, but sadly got that first injury from Rakitic, I believe, against Barca, that it just sent everything downhill from there.
Yeah,
And honestly, Atletico apparently won him, and he apparently wants to move to Atletico. I'd give it to him and hope that he can do better over there because let's be honest, Nabi has a lot of talent. Like the potential is there, but sadly he's getting too injured. And at this point, it's like, okay, now it's just getting stupid. He just came back from an injury and got injured right back.
yeah. I'm hoping that this is the case next season. This is a revival. It's hard for me to see that happening because here's the issue, right? It's a case of, I think in terms of midfield depth, if we bring in a replacement for Wijnaldum, we have enough of a structure in the midfield where not relying on Keita but having him around is acceptable. So it's not like him being our backbone and his injury problems actually hurting us, but it's a case of when he's there, oh great, we're playing with house money. We have a great midfielder potentially when he's fit. I was so upset because he had gotten over those fitness problems a little bit with the program he had been through, and then he just kind of relapses. It was just upsetting to see. So I'm hoping that maybe we have enough in the bank to not need to sell him off, because I think the only reason we sell him right this season, in my opinion, is if we get a good bid, or if we need him set to be sold to bring in, I don't know, a Jadon Sancho. If you brought Jadon Sancho in and Keita was one of the casualties of that, I'd live.
Oh, me too. Don't worry.
So the lineup, the subs down there, obviously we'll go back to the lineup. And talk about the match itself a little bit. At home, fans are back. How big a deal is that, Jim?
Gigantic. I mean, listen, before Bobby's recent goal scoring form of 3-3, haven't seen that in a while. One of the last times he scored was against Spurs with fans on the pitch. And of course, I think we all know Firmino is the kind of player that plays better with fans in the stadium, with fans cheering him on. And I think that's a fact for all of our players. When there's fans, we just become better, which is going to be good for this game because, it's Crystal Palace. Yes, we beat them 7-0. But it's been a season of a lot of worries for us, especially ever since that Crystal Palace game. That's where everything just started going downhill. We stopped taking our chances. And we're going to need the fans' help. We're going to need the cheering. We're going to need everything to get over the line. Because let's be honest, a win today means that Leicester have to get... I mean, right now, if the game ends 1-0, if we win 1-0, Leicester have to win 6-0 in order to get on top of us. Yeah. So we just need to get the win, get over the line, because there's no way that they're gonna score that many against Spurs. Yes, Spurs have been bad. Yes, I think Ryan Mason is his name, is about 3 years old and doesn't know how. And let's be honest, Kane is gonna be hunting for that golden boot too, with the hopes of him getting the PFA Player of the Year award. So he's not going to go down easy.
Spurs aren't going to go down easy. They need a win to try and secure conference.
That's also true, because if they don't...
West Ham are playing Southampton. West Ham lose, Spurs win. They pass them going to the Europa League places. So they need this match. It's not like a dead rubber for them. It's we need this match. And Anthony, I almost am...
I can feel that.
Because Chelsea dropping... no Conte in the lineup. They dropped points against Aston Villa, which is very plausible. Fans finally back there.
I mean, listen, Aston Villa is a scary side to face this. I mean, last season, of course, they stayed up because of a VAR mistake. Surprise, surprise.
I mean, we remember what happened to us when we visited.
I don't remember. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't. I don't know what you're talking. No, we beat them 2-1.
We've played 37 matches because I do not remember us playing against Aston Villa away.
We beat them 2-1.
36 matches.
Yeah, exactly. We're playing 30. We're gonna get top 4 no matter what. We have 2 games in hand. But yeah, Aston Villa
haven't played Everton one time. We haven't played Everton a single time. I don't remember.
Yeah, that's true. What happened to the Everton games?
And I just kind of decided to stop playing for a little while. Mini sabbatical, I guess.
Had to find himself.
That you know what that is almost a dream scenario.
That would be golden.
I don't know. I mean, it wouldn't be like Kane would be in that moment and be like, "Oh no, I've lost the golden boot," but like with more, I don't know.
Honestly, if after we score the first goal, if I'm any of the Liverpool players, I'm like, fuck it, everyone pass it to Salah and hope he scores.
Is that much of a change from the other tactics this season?
Fair point. That's a very fair point.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you, Black Hammer. I find it almost impossible to think of someone who could pay for Kane. Because think about it. So
one team can pay for Kane, and that's Manchester City. And guess what? They need a new striker. They have the money. Kane is the best striker in the league, probably the third in the world, I'd say, after Haaland and Lewandowski. So is it really that far-fetched to think that City are going to go out and buy him, especially he's English?
He's what, 27, 28?
32.
Kane?
Yeah.
No, he's not.
Yeah, he is. Look it up.
Lying.
Look it up. It's true.
Yeah,
Made you look. Made you look.
He's 27, turns 28 in July. You know what? I would love Kane at Liverpool, but is that ever going to happen? No, because
no chance.
He's got 3 years left on his contract. He's arguably, I mean, you can make an argument for top best striker in the world, maybe behind Lewandowski, but he's easily top 3 in the world. If you disagree, maybe it's like Lewandowski, Suarez, than him.
It's arrived,
boys. It's been
I just want to bring up this. All right, 5 minutes before we went live. We'll get on it now.
I didn't say that, did I?
Yes, you did.
I meant that about the thumbnail.
Oh, the thumbnail. Okay.
Gotcha.
Apologies, boys. I thought it was a half-full kickoff.
No, don't worry.
What's team news? What's team news?
Same as
last time. And excellent. Henderson and Jota on the bench.
Happy years. I've just been silently working on my thumbnail, thinking it was a 3:30 line. Apologies for that, lads.
No worries.
Yeah. What's been the general consensus?
I made Jack believe that Kane is 32 years old like 5 seconds ago.
Yeah, he's just Cheddar is just in his final match of the season form. He's just lost all professionalism that he might have had.
Yeah,
I'm absolutely bricking it if I'm being honest with you, boys.
Really, you're bricking it.
I'm against Crystal Palace,
mate. Don't regret this after the game, right? Crystal Palace have dealt us some of the worst blows in our recent history.
I know.
No chance. Listen, I'm gonna go out of my way and say this so that if in the 0.0001% chance we lose, I can get hated on. We're not losing to Crystal Palace. They're a bad team managed by an average manager that's about to retire. The players have nothing to play for. There's no chance we're not.
Why are you saying this, bro? Why are you saying?
There is no chance we're not gonna win this game.
I think me working on a full graphic is making it jinxing it. I'm very superstitious about this, man.
Yeah, I feel that. I mean,
I don't, as Anthony say, it's Chelsea and Leicester have tough matches, but Spurs have left players at home. They don't even care. They might even prefer for Leicester to get in it. I know Leicester have got to score goals, and if we win,
bless you, Jack.
Bless you, mate. Yeah.
Thank you.
But it'll be. Honestly, I'm just a bit nervous, to be honest.
If you're wondering the top 4 qualification scenarios, no worry. Head over to LFC Transfer Room on YouTube.
Watch the video.
Drop a subscribe. There's a video from a lovely American on there. About
Do you know what shirt I'm wearing today, boys?
what should he wear?
Yeah, I saw it. The Genie Wijnaldum shirt.
Yeah, yeah.
He's finally dropped the agenda, everyone.
I've not got the agenda. I'm still happy he's leaving.
Ah, damn.
So, Chris, I forget which side of the debate you're on. Klopp saying Wijnaldum the club legend.
It depends on what you define as a legend, mate. To be honest,
So Chedu and I were talking about. Chedu has him as a cult hero. I have him as a legend.
As a definition of a legend, for example, he would probably play in a Legends game, for example, which I suppose if you want to call that, but the term gets thrown around so much.
You don't want to put Kenny Dalglish in a Legends game. That just seems a bit cruel. So of course,
Wijnaldum setting up Ian Rush.
But all I will say is Salif Diao played in a Legends game, and for those of you who know who Salif Diao is, so
I don't know who that is. So I think
good for you, mate. Honestly, he'd been better off not even knowing who he was. He was that awful. But no, Genie, look, he's done so much for the club. You have to realise that. Even in my biased stupor, I realised that he's done so much for Liverpool over the last 6 years, 5 years, sorry. And yeah, it's no coincidence that so far we haven't finished outside the top four while he's been here. So
yeah,
we just gotta hope he produces today. That's the hope.
Listen, guys, after the post match live, Chris is definitely gonna spend the next 3 hours crying because Genie's leaving. It's just gonna happen.
You put on this facade that you hate Genie, but really,
mate, the thing is, I loved him until he started messing around with his contract stuff. Like everyone hated on him for the last few years, and I was always one of his biggest advocates. But all this contract stuff, whenever a player does it, it really puts me off it. Like you can't be 100% be fully focused on football if you are doing all this contract situation. Like Chan was the same. I didn't really like Chan anyway, if I'm being honest. But
yeah, neither did I.
But he fell off a cliff as soon as all the contract stuff happened. So
I don't think you can really say the same about Wijnaldum. Like he hasn't been.
He's not been as catastrophic, but he's still not been very good in comparison to everyone else.
Yeah.
So the lineup, Chris, have Wijnaldum in there, Henderson, Jota on the bench. Same as Burnley.
It's a surprise. I didn't expect to see Henderson for the rest of this season, even when he came back into training. I only hope that he has the common sense to not go to the Euros, but he will. Like, yeah, it's the kind of guy. He's the vice captain. He's a leader.
England need him.
Oh yeah, I don't want England to need him though. They can lose. I don't care.
I don't want England to win the Euros.
You know, I almost want it to be a case of you don't know what you have till it's gone with Henderson for England, because he's a really important part of that England side. And I think a lot of rival fans, especially even some Liverpool fans, underrate his importance to this Liverpool team and to the England team as well. So,
I mean, one thing that I do like, even though he does get underrated by rival fans for the team, when it comes to England, a lot of them do seem to understand how crucial he is to the England side, because I've seen so many rivals like making their Euro 26-man squad, and all of them have Henderson starting as captain as well. So, you know, he's more
of a captain, isn't he? I mean, you wouldn't see Jordan Henderson going out on a golf course saying that he wants to leave Liverpool. So, it's the way he conducts himself on and off the field. He's a captain. He's a leader.
I mean, I'm willing to say that he's the best captain out of every team in the world.
Yeah, he's up there. He's up there, yeah.
If you mean best player as a captain, maybe not. But in terms of like his leadership ability,
yeah,
he's the kind of guy, right? If I ever had a daughter, I'd want him to marry. I want her to marry Jordan Henderson. So
high praise from you, Chris. Gargantuan praise. So, obviously there are a lot of different results. This match. Leicester versus Tottenham and Aston Villa versus Chelsea can bring into the top four. Liverpool can finish as high as third and as low as fifth. So, Chris, percent chance Liverpool are in the top four?
Don't ask me this, man. Oh my God.
I'm ready to answer.
I'll be jinxing it whatever I say, I think. Honestly. I'm going to say 75%.
I think that's a very let's try to your percent chance.
200%.
It's It's not how percentages work, Chedu. Out of 100%.
I failed math.
Yeah,
We're definitely getting top 4. Listen,
If we
the
win-
only way we're not getting top 4 is if Leicester win and we don't, which will happen. So, yeah.
we've just got to hope Brendan pulls out his spectacular bottling abilities.
Listen, in my dream world, right? Leicester win their game, we win ours, and Chelsea lose. But who knows? I mean, we do have the advantage that both of the other teams are playing way tougher sides than we are.
Don't say that, man.
Advantage. No. Listen, on paper, even it's true. Both of them are way higher on the table than Crystal Palace. It's just how it is. So, they have the tougher fixtures.
Have we got anything from the Palace lineup, by the way?
Yes, we do.
I'll pull it up in a second.
No, Eze and Benteke is not on the squad. So
Benteke's not playing.
No, he seems to be injured.
I had a dream yesterday that Klein crossed for Benteke in the 97th minute for us to Palace to knock us out of the top 4.
Well, the Benteke part of that cannot happen. So 538, which is they do all sorts of projections, stats. They have Liverpool with a 91% chance to make the top 4, Chelsea with an 82% chance, and Leicester with a 27% chance.
They have us more likely than Chelsea.
Yes, because again, they are playing Aston Villa. Aston Villa is a tough game, especially away with fans. A win for us and a win for Leicester, and they lose or draw means they're out of the top 4.
And I think maybe that might put them more up for the Champions League final because it might be their only way of qualifying.
Listen, if they get 5th, I'm honestly gonna be cheering for City. Because imagine how funny it'll be to laugh at Chelsea fans for losing the FA Cup, the Champions League, and top 4. That would be beautiful.
Nothing would happen to make me want City with.
But then again, I want Chelsea to win. I want Chelsea to win 1-0 so that I can still say that Origi has more goals than the entire City squad in the Champions League final. That would be glorious.
So you realize a big stat to come out today? It just made me laugh. Like Alisson scored more for Liverpool than Joe Gomez. Like,
really?
Yeah, Joe Gomez hasn't scored.
He never goes.
Listen, Alisson has one less goal than Aguero this entire season. That speaks volumes.
Just a gleeful finisher, mate. That's what it is. Oh, but yeah.
So the fans being back. I asked this to Chedu. Chris, how big a deal is that?
Oh, mate, it's massive. I've got some of my mates gone up there today, and they are absolutely well up and buzzing for it. Like, I am genuinely, I can't wait to get back. Like, it's going to be like the best thing ever. I wanted to get up for this one, but Mum and Dad were like, "No, you can't afford that." Yeah, but I just want it, bro. So I've been just going to the pub instead. But
of course,
oh yeah, as per usual. I won't be going to the pub today. And I won't be joining from the pub. Did I do that the other day? I think I did.
Yeah, let's sit here live with everyone in the back.
Yeah, man.
But one of these days, when COVID is in the rear view, LOC Transfer Room live from a pub in Liverpool. All of us,
mate. I'm sure we could get that.
We can sort it out.
Yeah, get Matty on it, mate. But yeah, it will be massive, mate. If I'm being honest, they're all loud and leery. They're ready for this, and I'm sure you boys will notice it as well. How loud the crowd will be today, especially if we, need something, or if we get an early goal, and it's just like, it's buzzing.
You know what's crazy? I just saw a stat from the Athletic UK account. Every side between 3rd place and 10th place can secure a European competition place on the final weekend of the season. So you literally have 8 teams right there who are going to be playing to win their match. And Villa are outside that range. So they might not be going as hard for Chelsea. But think about it this way, right? Villa have had one of their best seasons in recent memory. They're guaranteed survival, over 50 points, one of the best teams they've had in recent years. And the fans are finally back. I think they may want to be like, all right, this was a great season. Let's end on a positive note. win for the fans. So they're going to go hard for. Let's look at actually some of the lineups. While I continue to waffle along.
What I will say is Villa Park is one of the most electric stadiums in the country when it gets going. So,
real quick, I want to mention something, and it's the reason why I am saying that Palace have no chance. They're losing their manager, 13 players out of contract, and their best player is injured. They're not gonna be playing as inspired as they would have been in most other games this season.
That's exactly why they're very, very dangerous.
No, listen. If Townsend scores a hat trick, I'm generally gonna go bald. Like I'm gonna tattoo Townsend into my body.
Wait a second. Can we just recall what Jack said?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
So it was said in the post-match for the Burnley game, ladies and gentlemen, Jack here said to us that if we get top 4, he's going to run down his street naked. So you best believe I'm making sure it happens.
Yeah, and we want it filmed as well, but censored because we want YouTube. We can't be putting anything too mad out there. I would accept really tight pants, Jack.
Same.
I want them to be really tight.
You know what? I may have to do that.
Let's go, bro.
You know what? I've I'm a man of my word. So.
Oh, he's a man.
He let Ben's spirit get into him, think that there's no chance for us to get top 4. He started saying stupid things, and now he's
I was the jinx that got us to this point.
True.
Yeah, you got to say you're going to do it, mate. You got to do it because that is where the balance of the world is. If you don't do it, then we're not going to get in the top 4. See,
they'll like change the rules of the top 4. They'll say if Chelsea finish 5th and they win the Champions League, they'll knock us out if I don't do it.
To be fair,
we'll make it a pay-per-view. We'll make it a $5 pay-per-view.
Does LFC transfer? That's the next platform for LFC transfer to get on.
Yeah,
OnlyFans.
After that, what kind of content do we offer on? Let's not get this discussion. So, really quick, to segue very quickly from me running through the streets naked into the Villa match and the Leicester match. Villa are starting Jack Grealish. They're starting a pretty strong lineup. I mean, I believe they have Ezri Konsa, they have Tyrone Mings, they got McGinn, Traore's out there, Ollie Watkins. So they're playing a strong side against Chelsea. And Spurs are playing, I mean, they're Spurs, but they're playing their best lineup, I think. And Kane starting, Sona starting, Dele Alli, Højbjerg. I know we are LFC transfer room, but what are your predictions for the Leicester match and the Villa match in terms of how those are going to turn out? Chris?
I'm going to say...
let Chaddy go first, mate. I want to...
honestly, I think Leicester-Spurs is going to be a 1-1 draw. I'm going to say Son is going to score for Spurs because I don't want Kane to. And I'm going to say Iheanacho is going to score for late. I was so surprised that Iheanacho didn't start against Chelsea. I think that was a gigantic mistake by Brendan Rodgers. If he was injured, then fine. But if not, stupid mistake because when he came on, he scored. But to the Aston Villa game, I'm going to say 1-0 to Chelsea. I think they're just going to edge it. I think it's going to be a Mason Mount goal. I think their golden boy is going to score.
Macy Man. To be honest, mate, I can see Leicester and Spurs be really high scoring because obviously Leicester need to score a lot of goals, especially if we win, and Tottenham will be able to counterattack. That's their best asset.
Yeah.
So I think that I'm going to go 3-3 for that one, and I'm going to say I'm going to go 2-2 Villa and Chelsea. I think it's going to be the similar. So
that would offer the chance of Liverpool get a draw, mid top 4 in that instance.
Yeah, I don't want that to happen though. We have to win.
Yeah, imagine that. Like we draw and we're waiting for the end of the Leicester versus Tottenham game. That would be painful.
Leicester are still alive here. Iheanacho, Vardy.
No.
Don't say that, man.
That would be painful.
Be quiet.
I think I'm with you, Chris. I think 3-2 Leicester win. I think Chelsea win as well. I think they win like 3-1 against Villa. So I think it's going to be
fucking win the game, boys.
Yeah, just win the match. I can't imagine Leicester winning by a huge margin, but knock on wood. So I think if Liverpool just get the 3 points, we're in a very strong spot. So now the big question: predictions for this match. I'll let you boys choose who goes first, but predictions for the score, man of the match, and how you're feeling ahead of this match.
Last time we won 7-0. This time Thiago's in midfield. I'm going to go for a very conservative answer. Honest to God, I'll say 12-0. I'll say 5 goals for Salah because we all want him to win the Golden Boot. I'm going to say a hat trick for Thiago, and I'm going to predict Jota to come in and score the remaining goals.
It's a 4 for Jota off the bench.
Yep, off the bench, 70th minute.
I'm gonna. I don't know how to. I'm gonna say we're gonna win 2-1. And we're gonna score a last minute winner to get into the top 4.
God, I do not hope that's the case.
No, Chris, no. I don't want to be sat here for 90 minutes again, shaking my life away, hoping for a goal to come.
I think
it's not gonna happen again.
Always do it the hardest way. That's all I'm saying.
We do.
That's also true.
I think here's the thing, in my opinion. We score early. What the hell are Palace playing for? Roy Hodgson. If we score early, we can bury them.
The 13 players are out of contract. Roy Hodgson is leaving.
Are we attacking into the cop end first, or are we attacking there's no way to know, obviously.
No, we don't. There's no way to know up until the game, yeah.
If we're attacking into the cop end first, I hope we are, actually. Bury the match in the first half. 2-3 goals, make it a comfortable result there, and then just Thiago tempo, thumbs up, just everywhere.
Oh, Thiago's a thumbs up merchant.
Not wrong.
I love nothing more than seeing all those. I remember after the United Liverpool game, they were talking about how Fred and McTominay could not pass. And they're like, God, they're so about you're winning us, this doesn't count because we can't. Yeah, that's a fantastic point right there.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like, it could be his final revenge for Liverpool, you know.
Oh God.
Mate.
Listen, if Roy Hodgson, that's actually the reason that we don't get top 4 this season.
Mate, and just think, if we'd have won the Leeds and the Newcastle game.
Or the Newcastle game, we would be sad. You said it yourself. We always make it hard for ourselves. We leave it for last.
If we'd have got like a couple of draws against the shitters that we lost to at home.
You know, this is very reminiscent of the 18-19 season. Instead of us getting top 4, it's winning the title because of some stupid draws we got.
Pain.
All right, gentlemen. My final score I'm going to say is 3-0. I think
100%.
God, if we just everyone moment of silence. Just if you are religious, pray to your religion, I guess. If you're, I don't know, not religious.
If you're not religious, subscribe to the Odyssey Transfer instead.
Yes. If you're religious,
subscribe to it.
Pray to Ben.
Subscribe.
Pray to Ben, bro.
Pray to Ben. Ben's birthday was yesterday, by the way.
Yes.
Ben's birthday was yesterday.
Pray to Ben.
Everyone say happy birthday to Ben in the chat, even if it's not here.
Happy birthday to you.
Yeah,
I won't put anything else. All right. Less than 20 minutes, I'll kick off. Biggest match of the season. I'm hoping at the end of the season we can have some really good discussions about looking back on the year.
Hopefully we can actually use the thumbnail that I'm still making.
I'll make one in case.
If not, if we lose, just make ourselves like crying as the thumbnail. Just the 4 of us on post, just crying.
Here, hang on. Here's what we need to do. We need to all right. We just need to all just your saddest face.
This is content, isn't it, bro?
We can use that. We can use that. That works.
Lovely.
All right. That'll be it for this pre-match stream. Are you boys both going to be back for post?
Yes.
If I get here in time, yeah.
Match is at 11 o'clock Eastern time in the States, 4 o'clock p.m. UK time, even on the hour.
Exactly. Well, I won't be in the pub, so I'm sure this time will be slightly better.
Everyone go enjoy the match. Hopefully it's going to be a positive one for Liverpool. We'll be back after the match. Myself, Jack, Chedu, and Chris. It's going to be hopefully an eventful post-match. Hopefully it won't be a crazily eventful match. It'll just be a nice, comfortable win. But knowing our football club, it's going to be anything but. That's going to do it for today's live stream. Make sure to subscribe to the LC Transfer Room. We'll be back with you after the match. Join us then, and take care.